Shalom, Yasharallah. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Racha, HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the house of David. Salutations to you brothers throughout the four corners of the earth, teaching the truth in righteousness and sincerity. To you Israelite foreigners, come back home to the truth. To those that passed on serving the Lord, the dead in Yahushai shall arise first. To you sisters who believe, keep encouraging and supporting your brothers that are out here teaching this truth. And always remember the sister who washed Yahushua's feet when you read the scriptures. I just want to talk in general. This is not to the fella who, you know, we're not going to keep going back and forth or addressing them. At the end of the day, if you don't see it, you don't see it. You don't agree, blah, blah, blah. I'm not getting bent out of shape or gonna fight and argue all damn day about a topic, you know. But anyway, I'm not gonna speak for everybody. I'm gonna say why I don't do quote unquote rebuke videos. Is because clearly the scriptures tell you to do that shit in person, man. It doesn't tell you to put it up for the world to see. I always use the example. Some guy in India that doesn't know nor care about Hebrew Israelite matters can watch a video that you're talking about somebody else and not care. These videos have to in my mind, they should be more meaningful. And they should address the target audience. If you're going to put something on YouTube, it's literally for the world to see. I don't agree with dealing with private matters publicly. I don't. I don't agree that we should be, you know, telling fucking people in South Africa that are looking for fucking cooking videos Israelite business. I'm sorry. I don't believe that's what the scriptures intend. I think that a lot of y'all put way too much stock in YouTube. I need to put that shit on my Robinhood. The way y'all put stock in it. Y'all really believe in YouTube like YouTube is the church now. It's you know, to me, and not just to me, I really just don't believe that. I believe YouTube is a great tool to bring forth edification, to teach brothers and sisters this way of life. You know, bring out edification, bring out information. I don't believe it's for public. It's meant for us to go to YouTube when we have a difference with one another. Because what happens is you put out information about one another, and some of you are not actually putting information out. You're putting speculation, and you're stating your speculation as if it's a fact. You're putting unfounded information out there about somebody. Say somebody's the object of your ire at the moment. You're pissed off at a brother, so you want to make a video about him. You're putting out, hey, well, you know, it seemed to me like you do this, and it seemed, you know, unfounded things that are not based on fact. So what happens is the world gets a hold of it, and I've come to realize, especially in this social media era, that people believe bullshit. Truth be told, man, people believe whatever they want to believe. People believe whatever they actually want to believe, not what's actually proven. So you're putting out information to an audience that's already either biased, or you're making new converts, but not converts for the Lord, converts for yourself. Converts to say, hey, you know, this guy's getting on this guy's case. That must be a bad guy, you know, without hearing the other guy's side of the story. So that's why I keep my personal rebukes off of YouTube. Scriptures tell you in Matthew 18, go to him personally. Anytime that I've had that type of difference with a brother in this truth, I try to go to them personally. You know, sometimes I get cursed out. But you know what? I tried. You know, because we're not in this truth to be tough guys. We're not in this truth to punch each other in the face. Trust and believe. I would love to punch a lot of you niggas in the face that be coming at me sideways. Trust and believe. I'm not a tough guy, but I'm also I'm not the guy that you just think you're gonna talk to any kind of fucking way. You know, I let shit slide sometimes because fuck I'm gonna do. I'm 45 years old. You think I'm gonna be sitting here fighting with niggas? We're not here to be fighting each other. We're here to edify one another and teach the word of the Heavenly Father. And that's it. We're not here to fight. I'm not here to choke slam you. This isn't WWE. That's the problem. That's why taking your problems onto YouTube becomes problematic, because you are making a public affair out of something that should have been a private one. That's it. Why didn't we make a rebuke video about this one and that one? That's none of your fucking concern. Honestly, it puts people in your business that shouldn't be in your business. Like, really. You know, that another example is that guy Ochi Hoch, who's no longer with the church. I would love to really sit down and have a conversation with him. You know, but what happens is when you attack on YouTube, you're gonna be attacked back on YouTube. That's when I say fuck all the personal talk. Now, you attack me in public, you're gonna be attacked in public. But if I can actually have a phone conversation or maybe even sit down with a brother in person, have a conversation, work out our differences, I would rather opt for that. But I don't like taking beefs to YouTube, because then all your fans, all of their fans start fucking clashing on your comment boards. You know, and that's just not a good look. This is not a good look. That's not a good way to operate. You know, I don't do rebuke videos. I rebuke. If I have to talk to you, I'll come work it out with you as a man. I'm not, you know, I don't understand why the need for YouTube videos to be made. That's why I listen. That's why I also am very careful about who I rebuke in person. You know, you got brothers that do annoying shit. That don't mean that they're bad brothers, or that don't mean that they're doing wickedly. You know, I get annoyed all the fuck. I live annoyed. Y'all don't know about me, man. I am literally angry 24/7, 365 or whatever, however actual many days, I guess 12 times 29. I live angry. So I don't have a anger is normal to me. You know, I'm like that guy in Midnight Run, Robert De Niro's character, except the cigarettes, of course, and probably other things that he does. But you see how he's always angry? I'm always angry. I just don't always show it. Sometimes I'm less angry. You know, but we have to deal with our issues the way the Lord told us to do. This is what the problem is, man. This is what my problem is. Y'all niggas is not dealing with issues the way the Lord told you to deal with issues, but then you're telling everybody, yeah, we're doing things the way the Lord wants it done. You're not. If you're sitting here making rebuke videos when you haven't even had a chance to talk to a brother. I'm not saying all rebuke videos are wrong. I'm not. You know, sometimes you try to reason with a brother, he won't reason. He won't even allow you to get the 2 or 3 witnesses. All right. We've tried, and we can't work it out. We got to let the congregation know what type of monster we have on our hands. Gabar Rakah does not qualify as such a monster. He removed himself because he simply understood his own personality, his own inner demons, and he just felt that it wasn't going to work out. You know, who knows? Who knows? You know, I don't focus in on the negativity and try to, you know, because that's what the problem is with Israel. We are too negative. We want to, we like this fighting and arguing bullshit. I don't. I think that we have enough fucking enemies out the faith. Why focus on, why draw attention to enemies in the faith? And Gabar Rakab by far is not my enemy. You know, but you want me to make an enemy out of him. You want me to make a video about somebody who's to me, he's been very kind. I'm not going to say nothing but kind because I'd be lying. There's been times where we didn't see eye to eye. You know, but overall, my overall impression of the brother is that he is a solid brother, a good brother. You know, but the very fact that you feel a video should have been made about him is exactly the reason why. If I can explain to you why he left, it's pretty much that type of shit. The mold, the way we're robotic and we do shit and we think that everything is the right way, the way we do it. But we don't, you know what I'm saying? We just do things because. We don't do things for an actual spiritual reason. That's why he's not here in this camp no more. Not saying that the camp is wrong, but being part of this camp draws certain attention to him from other camps and other brothers, you know? Because we handled it the way he was at peace with. We never made a video about him. Like I said, had we made a video about him, that would feed into his what he feels is wrong with Israel. You know, listen, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm not going to talk bad about him, but I'm going to say that I'm not going to leave Israel. But I'll be honest with you. I want to do exactly what he did sometimes. And when I say exactly, I'm just saying just leave all camps altogether. I want to leave Israel, not because my camp has anything wrong with it, but shit, Israel is annoying as fuck. Israel is annoying as fuck. And being part of a camp, you get dragged into shit like this. I don't want to make a video cursing out this brother. He's a brother. Whether I agree with him or not, whether I think he's a fucking clown, he's still a brother. You know, talking about Sparta. You know, like, it's not my preference to go and make videos about people. I don't have that bloodlust. A lot of you niggas, and he also quoted the scripture saying, "Cursed be he that keepeth his sword back from blood." That's literal, nigga. That's talking about a time of war when the Lord, a lot of y'all make it into, oh, you got to slice and dice and you got to cut this brother to shreds. No, see, y'all, a lot of y'all don't understand. Y'all read the scriptures, but a lot of you don't understand the scriptures. Because if you did, you wouldn't jump to YouTube for open rebukes, so-called open rebukes. You know, back in the day, we used to stand on top of a pulpit of wood and actually curse out fucking people in the town. Not for everybody in the world to hear, but everybody in that town to hear. If you equate YouTube with that, then you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's not YouTube. That's the town. The people around got to hear. You know, because back then we didn't have all these fancy transportation and travel devices. We didn't have airplanes. Brothers stayed put. People stayed put in their own town. And when they got cursed out by the prophets, the people of that town knew, okay, this nigga's wicked. That's it. You know? I opt to stay in this truth, and not just in this truth. I mean, if the Lord didn't want me, he wouldn't have me here anyway. But I'm saying I'm still here, despite how much I can't stand the way some of y'all operate. Because at the end of the day, it's par for the course. I signed up for it.
I signed up for it. I signed up to have niggas talk shit about me. I signed up to have niggas make YouTube videos about me, you know, or talk to me like I'm some fucking rookie. I just came in the truth last year. I don't mind. Listen, I never tell a brother, do not tell me where I'm going off. I understand rebuke not an elder, but I encourage you brothers, if I'm doing something wrong, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Now, rebuke not an elder comes in because there's a way you rebuke an elder. You know, you're already talking to a guy who's been in the truth for a certain amount of time and knows certain things, right? You scream on me or you tell me I'm wrong, a little different than you tell a new nigga who does not know how things work. You know, but you tell me, you don't go on YouTube like a little hoe. You know, you don't run to YouTube and tell the world, tell people that aren't interested in what the fuck is going on among Israelites. Like, you're literally telling people that don't care what the fuck's going on. You might have a guy looking for a fucking, you know what? I want to get a workout in. How do I get my arms bigger? They type it in, and somehow in the comments you see some fucking video, one of your rebuke videos, and they turn it on for 2 minutes, and they're like, what the fuck am I watching? Let me go to something else. That's what I don't want. I don't want people to be sitting here in our business that don't have to be in our business. Hence, leave YouTube the fuck alone for that. Let YouTube be to bring out information. Let the world know. I would rather the world know that Yahushua is king than telling the world Gabar Rakah is not a man of valor or not part of the camp man of valor anymore. I would much rather do that. I think that that's a lot more important to let the world know. You niggas want to let the world know every little thing. What toothpaste do I use to brush my teeth? What did I do last Saturday? You know, like y'all use YouTube for everything, everything and anything, and it's stupid. It really is stupid. You guys have no idea how unlearned you look simply by doing the stupid shit on social media, on YouTube. You know, grow up. Let's be adults about the way we operate in life. And grow up. That's it. We don't need to fight. We don't need to go on YouTube and air each other's dirty laundry out. Because everybody has dirty laundry. Gabar Rakah's not perfect. I'm not perfect. And you not perfect. I tell you I'm not perfect. Nobody in this truth is perfect. We're trying to strive to be as best as we can. And that's it. It's not about, you know, it's not about picking apart brothers, you know, when they're going through something. You know, because that's what a lot of y'all do. It's painful enough being an Israelite in this society that's completely against what we believe in, without you dudes out here striving to strive. That's it. That's all you're doing. You want us to get into a back and forth with Gabar Rakah. That's what you want. You know, and it's not even just you. It's Satan using you, and you don't even see it. Oh, he hasn't been on YouTube teaching. Huh? Well, that's YouTube. Did the scripture say go to the streets or go to YouTube? You know, you use YouTube as a tool to bring out the word, but YouTube is not the be all end all of who's doing the work. I don't give a fuck. Like, I was in this truth before YouTube, so maybe I have a different attitude towards it because of that. I didn't, and I'm not knocking brothers that are younger and came in because of YouTube. I'm just saying, you know, I was in this truth before there even was a YouTube. So I'm different from in my perspective of what constitutes doing the work. You know, I was doing the work of the Lord in the streets before there was a fucking YouTube. So anyway, you know, hopefully this was edifying. Hopefully, you know, brothers understand that YouTube is not the place to air out personal business. I'm not saying that some people, there's not going to be, it's a case by case. There are men that needed to be rebuked on YouTube. There are men that are that off, and there are men that we need to warn the congregation and everybody about. Shouldn't have to be literally everybody, meaning, like I said, YouTube is for the world to see. A fucking dentist could be sitting there trying to find a damn a way to decorate his house, and you're sitting here fucking rebuking, calling yourself rebuking somebody, but you're not rebuking them. You're fucking letting the world, you're literally letting the world in on your fucking private business. And then here's what happens. Here's the flip side of a rebuke video, right? A brother like Gabar Rakah, who knows damn well that, you know, he still believes. Do you think he's going to take that lying down that we do a rebuke? No, he's going to come back. He's going to say his piece. He's going to probably throw in a few things that he didn't like or whatever. We're going to come back and say this, you know, and I'm just saying hypothetically, right? I don't believe, you know, I don't know what would come of that, but, you know, that's just stupid. You know, you don't do a rebuke video. There's so many men that left camps and left the truth that rebuke videos wasn't done on. So for you to sit here and focus in on him is, I'm sorry, that's why I called you a clown. But, you know, Lord willing, brother, well, called him a clown. But Lord willing, this video is edifying. Shalom.